morning, Mr. Williams. We're gonna come in and put a microphone on you, that's okay. All right, great. Yeah, it's ready for the mic.
I'll never forget it. It's one of the things I dream about it over and over again. James is staggering down the beach, and he turns around, and he just screams, "Why?" And I shoot him right in the middle of the beach. I drag him back over to the site where his truck was parked. He's on his back, right? I mean, he's alive. And I kneel down on top of him, and I strangle him. And I'm just choking him, just watching the blood vessels break in his eyes, just choking him. And the whole time I'm just thinking, just die already. Would you just die?
Adam Williams is the stuff of nightmares. A drug dealer, a thief, a rapist, and a killer. By his own accounting, he was a self-made monster. But today, he claims to be a whole new man.
I just recently found Christ. It's just like something like passed over me. And it's called the Holy Spirit. I know God is real. And that's why I know that change is possible.
The question now is, can a man so steeped in his own mayhem ever be changed or saved?
It seems like you figured out a way to kind of wipe the slate clean, literally shrouding your crimes in faith. Isn't it convenient that you commit despicable acts, get caught, and then claim Jesus to go to heaven? You know, a lot of felons find Jesus in jail.
We're humans. We're born into a life of sin, right? I enjoyed that sin immensely.
Are you really a changed man, a saved Christian? Or is this some kind of stunt?
The Texas Panhandle is flat as far as the eye can see. The land doesn't rise or fall. Its dangers hide in plain sight. I'm here to interview a one-time outlaw who was violent, fearsome, and like the gunslingers who once prowled these wide-open spaces, beguiling to those who crossed his path, including his 2 murder victims. His vicious double homicide made national news.
James Butler III and his wife Michelle Butler were found in a shallow grave on Padre Island in Texas.
The sheriff says there is no word currently on suspects.
2 bodies found buried at a South Texas beach have been identified as a missing couple from New Hampshire.
James Butler had retired from military service and found new love late in life. He and his wife Michelle decided to travel across America in their trailer to find peace and tranquility among its treasured parks and beaches. Instead, they found their way to Padre Island, Texas in October 2019 and parked next to a devilishly charming fugitive and his wife, Adam Curtis Williams and Amanda Nover. It would be the Butlers' last stop before news of their deaths spread.
33-year-old Adam Curtis Williams and 32-year-old Amanda Nover, both of Utah, have been charged.
The arrest comes just a few days after this image showed Williams crossing the border into Mexico, driving the Butlers' truck and RV.
Williams pleaded guilty to capital murder and was sentenced to life in prison. His accomplice and now ex-wife Amanda Nover also pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and is currently serving a 20-year sentence.
He swore to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yeah.
But because there were no trials for either culprit, questions about the shocking crime remain. How did this innocent couple become ensnared in the killer's web of deceit? And why did the tattoo fugitive murder them? I headed to a state prison just outside Amarillo to find out.
You're going to unshackle him after you put the mics on.
Today, Adam Williams says he's ready to talk about his crimes for the first time. But he does so, he claims, after a miraculous Christian salvation as a whole new man. Was the killer in front of me really a repentant, changed man, or a Texas-sized manipulator?
All right, good to go?
Good to go.
Adam Williams was about to make his case, and I was about to enter the psyche of a self-made monster.
Thank you, Mr. Williams, for meeting me here today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for this opportunity.
We're here, Mr. Williams, to try and understand the mindset and motivations behind your actions in this case.
Okay.
Why did you want to talk to us today?
Well, there was a number of reasons, actually. The first thing I guess I want to say is, I've been approached by multiple different documentaries. I've never made a statement. I've never said anything whatsoever about the crimes, period.
This is the first time you're talking.
This is the very first time.
Including in court.
100%. I've never made a statement at all. I was too sick. I've been consumed by demons most of my life. I've let them run my body. I just recently found Christ, and through him, I have been able to control the demons and the just wild thoughts and just uncontrollable emotions that I've been plagued with. I never believed in God before. And then I had like an experience here in this prison that just totally changed my life.
It happened about 2 years ago, Williams says, in the midst of a binge of hard drug use.
I'd been put into segregation. I was really strung out on drugs, meth, and the K2.
Here in this maximum security prison?
Yes. I had been awake for days, and I had like a full-on hallucination of James and Michelle and my father in my cell with me. And James and Michelle forgave me for killing them. And my dad was there as well the whole time. And I ended up trying to commit suicide. I chopped my wrist to pieces. They found me in my cell, but passed out in a pool of blood, and took me to medical and sewed me up.
That's when Williams says he saw the light, literally.
My window was stuffed full of books, and one of the books that was rolled up and stuffed in the window was a Bible. And I crawled up on my bed. I couldn't use this hand, and I pulled that, and it had a bunch of condensation. The Bible had become moldy up there. And I pulled that wet Bible out of the window and had laid it down on my bed, and I was trying to open it up to look at it. And it was really wild, because when I pulled that open, it was just like a beam of light came shooting into the cell from the window, obviously, And I just sat there, and honestly, I just broke down. And I prayed to God for the first time, and that was my first experience, and I've been reading the Bible ever since.
One moment of epiphany?
Yes, basically, yes.
Well, now, this is fascinating, because in the Christian faith, when redemption is granted, the saved person is considered a whole new entity.
Right.
Wiped clean of the old him.
Right. I think it says somewhere in Romans, you have to die to truly find yourself. It says something like that in there. And that was really profound to me when we read that.
The skeptic in me wonders if Williams' epiphany is more an act of convenience than conversion, a way to absolve himself of a lifetime of violence and criminality. Or could it be that this self-proclaimed monster, steeped in decades of deadly sin, has genuinely reformed?
I don't know what's in your heart, Adam. Only you and your God know what's in your heart. But are you really a changed man, a saved Christian? Or is this some kind of stunt?
what would be the purpose of it?
Make yourself look less evil, attract attention? I don't know. I'm just asking because you have a lot of sins to live down and a long record of manipulation. So I'm asking you, are you really a changed man?
I 100% am, and I'm a work in progress is what I am. I try every day to be better than I was the day before.
It's clear Adam Williams possesses intelligence and a silver tongue. Besides the dead bodies he left in his wake, there are scores of others he sweet-talked, cajoled, and deceived with his guile. He may be on a charm offensive today.
Are you trying to charm me now, here today?
No, I'm trying to answer your questions as honestly as I possibly can. Do you feel like I'm trying to charm you?
Would you mind just doing a clap? This we use to sync the cameras, yeah.
Got it.
All right, good to go?
Adam Curtis Williams' long career in violent crime culminated in a double murder and an international manhunt, landing him in this Texas prison for life.
I've been consumed by demons most of my life. I just recently found Christ.
He's talking for the first time about his life of crime and claims he's now a new man, a saved soul, ready to take responsibility for the harm he's done and for becoming, in his words, a monster. It's a story he's been publicly telling on the online platform Substack, a biography called Hellbound, how he went from a hell of his own creation to an eventual spiritual awakening.
Today I want to ask you to talk about the old you.
Yes, I understand.
Even behind glass, Williams cuts an intimidating figure. His entire body is covered with inked warnings not to cross him, and he himself has lost count of the brutal battery he's dished out, both in and out of prison. But his story begins in a seemingly ordinary home in suburban Utah.
You're born into a home, it sounds like, that was both really good and really bad.
Correct.
You had hardworking parents.
Yep.
You had camping trips.
Yes.
Hooked on phonics.
Yes.
You even had a koi pond.
Oh, yeah. Built that koi pond.
But in his journal, Williams explains it was not a pleasant childhood.
Your father, you write about how your father beat you and your mother.
Yes.
You say you loved him and idolized him, but also intensely feared him.
Yes, I mean, 100%. Unbelievably afraid of him.
Drug and alcohol addicted and a violent rageaholic.
Yes, 100%.
What drugs was he doing?
Cocaine. And he would just lose it.
Fear, love, and violence seemed like they were all mixed up together in your early life.
Yes. Yep.
How do you think that shaped your personality?
I think it made me sick. Made me view the world in a way that led to what I did.
That abuse, you say, set you on a course of destruction.
It was my own actions. I'm not trying to downplay or rationalize, justify anything. Me and my drug addiction and my not wanting to come back to prison is what led me to do the things I did. I take full accountability for why I'm in here, and I deserve to be in here.
You say that you've been a hustler since 5th grade.
Yeah, yep.
Your own teenage criminal history is extensive.
Yes.
Drug use, right?
Yep.
Drug selling.
Yep.
Lots of guns.
Yep.
Assaults.
Yep.
Theft.
Yep.
DUI.
Yes, sir.
You were allowed as a juvenile to take part in work release programs. That was an opportunity to turn things around, but you
didn't take them.
You describe in your writing the armed robbery of a drug dealer,
okay.
Right? Who you beat with a handgun and then ran over with your car.
Yes, yeah.
Did that kind of violence come easily to you?
It did. I actually tried to shoot him, too. But the gun was on safety. Thank Heavenly Father.
You describe in your writing that it thrilled you to take such risks with your life and your freedom.
Yes.
Did it thrill you to take such risks with other people's lives?
Yes, it was an unbelievable rush. The whole thing, before I even got there, the drive out there was a rush. The entire thing was a whole different kind of high.
Did you get addicted to that high?
I actually looked forward to situations like that to come up so that I could do those things.
Eventually, the police get a tip and they raid your drug lair.
Yes.
Right? And you catch a federal case.
Yeah.
When you're sentenced, you're 24, sentenced to 10 years.
100 months, yeah.
At the sentencing hearing, you told the judge that you took full responsibility for your actions and that you would make good use of your time.
And the first part of that was true.
Right,
the second part of that did not end up being true.
The second part of that, you did not. He did not. That man that you say you used to be.
Right.
He showed himself to be skilled and criminally minded in prison, right?
No matter where I am, I want to do the best I can.
Best in what sense?
Oh, I'm a very competitive person. Just to live the best life I could possibly live.
Williams writes that his 10-year sentence in a federal prison helped to forge an even more violent criminal.
In prison, you're always looking for a way to hustle and take advantage of the system?
I used to be, yes.
You maintained a heroin habit in
federal
prison?
I sure did.
For how long?
The entire time I was in there.
Is it that easy?
No, but I used to have this saying where there's a will, there's a way. If you're willing to put in the work in anything in life, you'll eventually get what you want. Whether it be a college degree or getting heroin in or whatever it is.
You also started some gory, bloody fights.
Yeah, started and defended myself in many fights. Yes, I started an unbelievable amount.
Dozens more?
Oh, yes.
Including one that you detail in your writing, which is just a horrifying story about an attack that you provoked on your cellmate who accidentally broke your radio.
Well, I 100% started that and ended up finishing it. But that's where this came from.
Scarface. Right. You say I proceeded to beat the living out of this dude. When I finished with him, his lips looked like some animal had chewed on them. They were so split open that his face looked like the Elephant Man, and my hands were like blown up like rubber gloves.
Yep. That's what happened.
I mean, that is a level of violence that very few people can relate to.
Right.
You said you became an animal in that setting.
That particular situation, something happened to me. And I was never the same again after that.
You said, all I wanted to do was work out, get high, and hurt people.
That's 100% correct.
I couldn't wait for people to give me a reason to them up.
Yep.
To this day, I was and forever am a convict.
Yep.
When were you first diagnosed with psychiatric issues?
I don't remember how old I was. My parents were separated, but I was diagnosed with ADD. That was the first thing. And then after my father committed suicide, I had severe depression, bipolar. I was diagnosed with a number of different things over the years.
Antisocial?
Antisocial, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You continued treatment throughout your incarceration. Are you still under psychiatric treatment?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You still medicated?
Yeah, I take Prozac.
Mm-hmm. Any antipsychotics?
No, I used to take them, but not here. This prison, TDC, is a lot different than any of the other prisons I've ever been in.
By the time he left federal prison, Williams was many things, including, in his words, a monster, but not yet a murderer. That was about to change.
You finished your 10-year sentence in 8 years, which is amazing given your record in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And you're released in December 2018?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
How would you describe your mindset at that point after your release?
I had gotten out, and it was just like the world was so different. I went in before smartphones. I came out after them. It was like I came out into some sort of like Twilight zombie land where everybody's just stuck at it, looking at their screen everywhere I went. It's like nobody was like interacting with each other. Everybody on the bus was just looking at their phones, and I didn't feel like I belonged in society. And I was afraid.
What were you afraid of?
Just freedom.
Now, you've said that the prison system made you a monster, so I'm guessing you were not rehabilitated there.
Oh, no, not at all.
Were you worse?
Unbelievably worse. I came out a complete, total different person than when I went in. Just much worse.
Now, freed on the streets of Utah, Williams set his sights on a new kind of unsuspecting prey. Women. You put yourself on some dating apps, right? Tinder and one called Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
Now, underneath all the ink, I can see you're a handsome guy. Did you think that women would respond to this image on the dating apps?
What image?
Well, the image of you covered in tattoos, you know, on your face, on your scalp. My point is, you look scary. And given your relationship with violence and fear, was that intentional? Are you trying to engender fear with your image?
In prison, yes. Yeah. On the streets, not so much.
But women do respond on when you go on the dating apps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising to me, because if I was a woman swiping on a dating app and you come up, you're the last person I'm picking.
Okay. All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Right? I mean, I'm a woman. I'm vulnerable in this kind of power dynamic. You're a big man, and you just look, you know, like someone.
It's like trouble, right?
Yeah.
Trouble is an understatement. Williams would become an online dating predator, deploying his uncanny charm and brutality in equal measure. Crimes not discussed in the Substack journal he calls Hellbound.
There's a missing chapter from Hellbound. The one about rape and sodomy, which are among your crimes, right? You ready to come clean about that?
Everything in my body was screaming to leave. Don't knock on that door. Don't go up those steps. Go back home to your kids. And I knocked on that door.
In 2018, Adam Curtis Williams was a terrifying mix of charm and violence. Fresh out of federal prison, with a new lease on a life of crime.
What was your point of view on crime and violence at that point?
Oh, totally acceptable.
Totally acceptable.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yes, very normal, yeah.
Williams relished his newfound freedom and set out to make up for lost time by entering the online dating pool, quickly meeting 32-year-old Amanda Nover.
You meet Amanda, right? Tell me about that.
I met her. I went and hung out with her. Would hang out every day after that.
Williams' future wife and accomplice later described his magnetism in a police interview.
And he sent me messages, and I seen his pictures, and he was covered in tattoos, and I was like, that guy's nothing but trouble. But I talked to him, and like, he was persistent, and he's like, well, I want to meet you. He was so adamant about it. Like, that's his presence. He's very, like, suave, I guess. He's very charismatic.
Nover took the bait and moved in with Williams, along with her 3-year-old daughter, Ryan. But Nover wasn't the only woman Williams lured with his charms around that time.
When I saw Adam's profile, it was his smile that got me.
Stephanie Corona had just gotten out of an 18-year relationship when she decided to give online dating a try. It didn't take her long to match with Adam Williams.
There was something about him. He smiled. It was like it lit up a room. And just the way he talked to you, he felt like he truly saw you and heard you and, you know, wanted to connect in a way. It seemed like there was a heart in there somewhere. Despite the rough edges, you could kind of see past the tattoos and tough guy appearance. But I was completely unaware that he had spent all that time in prison.
Stephanie says one night Williams tried to persuade her to come over for a threesome with him and Amanda Nover.
I wanted nothing to do with it. He finally got the hint that I wasn't interested, but he called a little while after and basically apologized and said that the female had left. And he asked me to come over, and I kept telling him no. But then ultimately I gave in despite a gut feeling that I had.
Her gut sense persisted as she arrived at Williams' front door.
Everything in my body was screaming to leave. Don't knock on that door. Don't go up those steps. Go back home to your kids. And I knocked on that door. And Adam was standing there, and I just remember kind of shutting down my emotions and just kind of standing in a shell. I froze in time. My body was telling me to go, but it's like my legs couldn't move.
What happened next was a vicious sexual assault that ended only when Williams passed out and Stephanie was able to escape.
I felt trapped, I guess, in a way. And he pulled me inside immediately, started undressing me right from the door closing. And he's so big and tall and just towered over me, and I felt like I had no chance.
The next day, battered and bruised, she went to the hospital for treatment, and police opened an investigation.
The police department asked if I would do a what they call a confrontation call, where we try and get Adam on the phone to see if he would give any info or any little bits of remembering anything that might have occurred. And I was so traumatized. I was still extremely scared. I didn't know how I would feel hearing his voice on the phone. In a way, I'd hope he wouldn't answer, but he did answer.
Hello?
Having to respond to that voice of a person that had just assaulted and harmed you, it was really hard. Do you have a minute to talk? Can we talk about what happened? You physically messed me up on the inside. Like, I've got bruises all over my body. My breasts, they were attacked. My thighs have, like, marks everywhere. My abdomen. I had lacerations in my vagina. Like, it wasn't right. It shouldn't have happened that way.
I'm not going to talk about this on the phone.
You can tell he's had a criminal past. He knows the process, and he wasn't going to say anything on the phone, just in case it was being recorded.
Williams' online journal, Hellbound, makes no mention of his sexual assault on Stephanie Corona or on others.
There's a missing chapter from Hellbound, the one about rape and sodomy, which are among your crimes, right? You ready to come clean about that?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to her that night?
We had extremely rough sex, and she had told me to stop doing certain acts throughout it, probably 3 or 4 different times, and I would continue doing them.
She told police you invited her over. You answered the door drunk and naked.
Yeah.
And that you raped and sodomized her with your hand or fist so invasively that you tore her inside.
Okay.
He also forced her to perform oral sex on him by straddling her face and choking her repeatedly. Does that sound right?
Yes, that does sound right.
Amanda later told police in her interrogation that you did the same thing to her when you were in your so-called blackout state of intoxication. Another woman also told police you raped and beat her. That's 3 women, which would make you a serial rapist. Are there others?
Yeah.
And that is a level of cruelty and violence that is shocking to the conscience.
Right.
How do you account for that, Adam?
I don't know.
Meantime, Amanda Nover and her daughter Ryan had discovered that Williams' charisma was a mask for cruelty. Throughout 2019, police were called to their home for domestic violence.
You promised yourself you wouldn't be like your dad. Violent, abusive to your own family. You talk about that in Hellbound.
Yeah.
Did you brutalize Amanda and expose Ryan to the same kind of domestic violence that you were exposed to? Amanda says you frequently smacked her, strangled her twice, threatened her. On one occasion, you're in the car and he reached over Ryan and hit me. Everything blacked out. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear.
I never hit her in front of Ryan. I believe she said that, but I'd never hit her in front of Ryan. Did I hit her? Yes. In front of Ryan? No.
But if you're brutalizing or threatening or there's fear and violence in the home,
right?
I mean, you know better than anyone, right? You know what that can do to that little girl. How could you do that?
I mean, how could I kill the Butlers?
Stephanie Corona's case against Williams escalated, and he quickly felt the heat.
The state ended up pressing charges. My bail bondsman had called me and told me that they had filed these charges. And that's when I went on the run.
That's why you went on the run?
Yeah, that day, that same day. I actually never went back to my house.
So now you're married to Amanda, your stepfather to Ryan, little Ryan, and within 2 days of the wedding, you're on the run.
Oh yeah, I was definitely on the run, yeah.
The fugitive Williams will put his devilish charm to use again as he flees the law and ultimately the country, even if it means murder.
Once we got down here, I wanted a gun. If they pulled me over, I wanted to shoot it out.
You were going to shoot it out?
I wanted to. It wasn't, I wanted that.
No doubt about it.
No, this is what was going to happen.
Okay, before I get started, are there any weapons in the vehicle? No weapons?
With Williams on the loose, no one would be safe. Accused of a brutal rape, the self-described monster Adam Curtis Williams is on the run and out of his mind. Alongside his new wife Amanda Nover and her daughter Ryan, Williams flees the state of Utah in a borrowed beat-up Chevy truck, hauling an old trailer.
You hit the road, you're heading to Texas.
Right. Well, I didn't know where we were going to go. We were just leaving. I devised that plan along the way.
They end up on Padre Island, Texas, a popular beach south of Corpus Christi, where they plan to settle in for a couple of weeks. But first, the fugitive obtains a firearm at a local gun show.
You get to Texas, you buy a gun.
Once we got down here, well, really all along the way, I wanted a gun. And I wanted it for the purpose, if they pulled me over, I wanted to shoot it out.
You were going to shoot it out?
I wanted to. It wasn't, I wanted that. I was just waiting for him to pull me over.
What about the fact that you have your family in the car?
Okay, well, I had planned on exactly what I was going to do to ensure that they didn't get hurt. And it almost happened here on Padre Island, because I got pulled over by a lady for not having my seatbelt on the beach.
You weren't wearing a seatbelt?
Oh, I'm sorry, we're just...
Okay, before I get started, are there any weapons in the vehicle? No weapons? Can I get your driver's license and insurance?
With his finger on the trigger, Williams plays it cool, while police run his license for warrants.
This was the plan. If we get pulled over, they're gonna come up to the car, they're gonna ask for the license. I had my real license. I'm gonna give it to them, they're gonna go back to their car.
Right.
I'm gonna get the gun out and make sure there's one in the chamber. When they come back to the car, they're going to ask me to get out of the car. Or they're going to get on the speaker thing and a bunch more are going to come and they're going to get me out of the, tell me to get out, drop the keys out, whatever. And either one of those situations, I was going to move away from the vehicle and proceed to shoot it out with them.
Are they both smoking cigarettes?
Yeah.
So that's
Try to cover up the smell.
I'm sitting like this with the gun in my hand. I told Amanda, when they come back up here to the car, they're going to ask me to get out. When I open the door to get out, I'm going to shoot this lady in the head.
No doubt about it.
No, this is what was going to happen.
Utah 27-168-04.
In fact, what you wanted to happen.
Yeah, a part of me, yeah. Other than